Hi there, this is Afro Perspectives. I'm here to share a story with you that's just broken out and is circulating on social media. It says that Sengezo Tshabangu has been poisoned by Zanu PF after using him to retain a two-thirds majority in parliament. He is admitted in a hospital in Switzerland where he is on life support. And then it adds in Shona, Zanu inozgama zai ayo, had lessons to be learned here. Yeah, so this is the story. Sengezo Tshabangu, the famous Secretary General of the Triple C, the self-proclaimed Secretary General of the Triple C, is not feeling well. He's been poisoned. He's apparently been poisoned. That's what those who are aware of what's going on, that's what they are saying. And says, it goes on to say that the circumstances are not natural. Poison is their preferred killing tool. So the question is, who is being referred as their preferred killing tool? Remember, Sengezo Tshabangu is not your ordinary politician. Is not someone who is your average sort of politician who has campaigned to be a member of parliament, who his constituency has selected. He is where he is through a lot of controversial things he's done in the past. And before we get to how he got to be where he is, let me just give you a background on why Sengezo Tshabangu is in Switzerland. He went to Switzerland with a delegation of led by what's his name, Advocate Jacob Mdenda, the Speaker of Parliament, and they went on Friday. So it's a delegation representing Zimbabwe at the 149th session of the Interparliamentary Union that's taking place in Geneva, Switzerland. Jacob Mdenda is leading the delegation, and also attending let me see if I can get you the list, is Mabel Chinomona, the President of the Senate. Then there is Chief Chane Lucas Kumalo, and Lucio Monyelele, and Tsitsi Mzenda, Maureen Kademaunga, Jonah Nyevera, and Nesbet Samsuo is the charge d'affaires at the embassy in Switzerland, so he's not part of the delegation. So this is the story that's breaking out, and the story is he's been poisoned. But then I think in most cases, people who actually travel abroad say this is the little that I can add on this story. I think people who travel, say, abroad, and they go into foreign hotels where they are normally served, say, food, that's not part of their diet, you are likely to develop a reaction to food. Your digestive system is not used to those sort of foods. Yeah. So, but then, Sengezo Tshabangu is a member of parliament, and I would think in parliament they would serve food that's by all any Western standard, sort of westernized diet. So I would think this rules out Tshabangu getting ordinary food poisoning. I would think that ordinary food poisoning does not explain how he has ended up in a hospital, and you wouldn't get someone on life support simply because of ordinary food poisoning. If you got ordinary food poisoning, all they would do is actually identify what sort of food you have reacted to. Then they would give you something actually to just rectify that sort of situation, and I wouldn't think that someone would go on life support simply because they are overreacted to food their digestive system is not used to. This points to something that's calculated, something that's potentially life-changing. So, I have to get you a background on why everyone else is suspecting that Sengezo Tshabangu has been poisoned by his handlers, and his handlers are in Zanu PF and the intelligence services, the Central Intelligence Organization. Let me see if I can get you a story on the background, how Tshabangu came out to be claiming that he is Secretary General of the Triple C, and how he actually captured the Triple C and went on to destroy it and hand over the 2/3 majority to Zanu PF. So it's a story that's in the Zimbabwean Situation newspaper. It's on June 30, 2024, and it says that how Tshabangu executed CIO project to capture CC. And the person from the Central Intelligence Organization who was handling Tshabangu was retired Brigadier General Walter Tafumane, who was Deputy Director of the CIO. And each time Tshabangu, when they were actually operating in the stages of actually putting everything in place, Tshabangu was in Bulawayo. And each time Tshabangu would travel to Harare to meet with his handlers, Tafumane and others, he was being paid $1 million US to stay in for his expenses and stay in a hotel. And so it's not a one-off. Each time he was traveling from Bulawayo to Harare, he was paid $1 million US. Imagine the sort of resources that have been used. And that's besides the other money that Tshabangu has got. Remember, recently Tshabangu was given nearly $1.5 million US through the Political Parties Finance Act, and that was put into his account. Tshabangu is actually being paid money to actually rewarded for having destroyed the opposition. And and then the article goes on to say Tshabangu later fell out with he's fallen out with his handlers. Obviously, this is not a legal operation. This is illegal. There is another organization besides Tafumane, who was actually coordinating all this. Tshabangu was helped by that Forever Associates organization. And it was used actually to help Tshabangu set up all the operation to destroy the Triple C. And now you get the idea that Zanu PF has now the 2/3 majority it wanted in parliament. The Triple C is no longer a threat to its majority in its parliament, to its ambitions, to Zanu PF's project. So now Tshabangu is has helped Zanu PF achieve its objectives. He is now a liability. He is no longer useful to them. And Tshabangu is, if you look at it, Tshabangu is mostly, is not even pretending that he is opposition. He is part of Zanu PF structures. He is in parliament. You see him with dining and wining with luminaries from Zanu PF like Mabel Chinomona, Advocate Mudenda, and he is not even bothered about the business that a normal opposition would do. And Tshabangu cannot pretend that all is normal, all is now well. Tshabangu has, for Zanu PF and the CIO and the FAS who are handling him, Tshabangu has now helped Zanu PF to attain its objectives, and now they can safely dispense with him. And how they dispense with him is an open question. Do they get Tshabangu to resign his seat as a senator? Do they get him to retire somewhere else? Do they find him a job? No. We all know how Zanu PF operates, and now he's got a case of poisoning. It's not known what sort of poison it is. There are no details, but what's actually what's come out is that Tshabangu is on life support and is in a foreign country, he's in Switzerland, and he had gone there attending official business of parliament. So if I get any more about this story, I'll let you know. Just keep tuning in to Afro Perspectives, and thank you so much for tuning in. Tatenda Siyabonga. Bye.